An astrophysicist recently claimed that dangerous alien tech has been found. Is it true, or he made up a bunch of lies? Or maybe he got the science wrong? Let's debunk this in today's dose of scary stuff with only Septy. Last month, theoretical physicist Avi Loeb made headlines with a sensational claim that small spheres recovered from the ocean floor were likely of extraterrestrial origin. This is most likely an artificial intelligence technology device. He told the New York Times, which published today an article about the Harvard professor's controversial allegations. While the greatest scientific breakthroughs often start with bold hypotheses, Loeb's colleagues believe that the claims of prominent astrophysicists mean many things, but good science is not one of them. Loeb's declaration comes from an object detected by US government sensors on January 8, 2014. A fireball from space streaked off the northeastern coast of Papua New Guinea in the western Pacific. Loeb and his assistant Amir Siraj emphasized that the recorded speed and direction were anomalous, and targeted the otherwise insignificant planetary intrusion as a celestial body worthy of further study. Fast forward to last month, when Loeb led a voyage, funded by a crypto entrepreneur, to recover evidence from the fireball's calculated crash path. Dragging a magnetic sled attached to the expedition boat across the ocean floor, the team recovered a series of tiny spherical objects which Loeb says appear under a microscope as beautiful metallic marbles. Preliminary analysis indicated that the sub-millimeter orbs were 84% iron, with silicon, magnesium and trace elements comprising the rest. Loeb believes that, as a result of being exposed to the fireball's heat, the surface of the object likely disintegrated into tiny spherules, similar in number per unit area to those recovered by the expedition. Not one to exercise much caution with public pronouncements, Loeb wrote in a Medium post, "Their discovery opens a new frontier in astronomy, where what lay outside the solar system is studied through a microscope rather than a telescope." He summarized, in an equally dramatic manner, the discovery of spherules felt like a miracle. Soon after, CBS News picked up on his excitement and published an attention-grabbing article titled, "Harvard professor Avi Loeb believes he has found fragments of alien technology. Loeb has sent the mysterious spheres to Harvard University, the University of California, Berkeley and the Brucker Corporation in Germany for more in-depth analysis. It has material strength that is tougher than all space rock that was seen before and catalogued by NASA." CBS News reported Loeb as saying earlier this month, "We calculated its speed outside the solar system. A speed of 60 kilometers per second was faster than 95% of all stars close to the Sun. The fact that it is made of material harder than an iron meteorite, and is moving faster than 95% of all stars near the Sun suggests that it may be a spacecraft, or some technological device from another civilization." Peter Brown, a meteor physicist at Western University in Ontario, said a few percent of the detected events appear interstellar at first, but ultimately are mostly due to measurement errors. Arizona State University astrophysicist Steve Desch argued at a recent conference that if the object had been moving as fast as the data suggests, it would have burned up completely and plunged into Earth's atmosphere. It's one of the points Loeb uses to suggest that its origin lies outside the solar system. Brown and other scientists also stress that Loeb did not collaborate with his colleagues studying similar, unidentified fireballs. Brown recently published data, accepted for publication in the Astrophysical Journal, showing that NASA records prove unreliable in such cases. He speculates that the fireballs probably collided more slowly than the recorded data suggested. If the velocity is overestimated, the object will be more or less within what we see in relation to other solar system objects, he said. Mr. Loeb retaliated, citing an unwavering reliance on government data, saying, "They are responsible for national security. I think they know what they're doing." The New York Times added that the government will likely not release the data, allowing the scientific community to determine how accurate, or not, the data are. Regardless of the bead's origins, researchers have been plagued by Loeb's tendency to make bold, and highly publicized, claims outside the bounds of science, and his scientific background lends credence to the researchers. Central to their concern is that being an astrophysicist at Harvard University does not give you the magical ability to find answers to questions that have not yet been examined by the scientific method. On the contrary, it is supposed to mean your peers respect you for exercising restraint and doing quite the opposite. Loeb's claims are a real breakdown of the peer review process and the scientific method. Desch said to the New York Times, and it is so demoralizing and tiring. Loeb's views about his peers' harsh response can be summarized in his cited quote from philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer from a recent blog post. All truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. And third, it is accepted as self-evident. Notably, Loeb seemingly refers to his conclusions about the preliminary findings, with plenty of question marks still intact, as truth. The Oxford English Dictionary defines confirmation bias as the tendency to interpret new evidence as confirmation of one's existing beliefs or theories. Loeb's words and excited tone suggest he knows the answer, and that his peers' criticism stems from their resistance to the new frontier he has discovered. However, their criticism seems only partially about his specific conclusions. It is paired with a larger concern about an esteemed cohort jumping to conclusions that fall far outside of the scientific method. What the public sees in robes doesn't reflect how science works, Desch said. And they shouldn't forget the idea